Oh, hey guys. So, it is. What the fuck is today? Oh, 20 seconds. Oh, you wanna check the window, Cat? Alright, come on, Fanny. By the time you get, I don't know, I might switch video around for this one. I don't know where I'm gonna put this around Christmas, either before or after, probably after. I'll probably just do it short for you guys. I'm already out of breath though, and I've only been up for an hour and a half. Reason why? Well, let's give you a little rundown first. Alright, so. Ooh, that's a little cold. Redness in the nose, see? Hi, Cat. Hi. Come on. His paws are literally in front of the phone. That was me, had to flick his paws, because he was like, I'm just gonna stand here. The bumping on the phone, that was him walking over the phone to jump down, because he didn't want to jump down his normal way. Alright, but last week, the 16th, I picked up a load from Schreiber, the Logan, my usual customer in Logan, Utah. But I had asked to go through the house a couple weeks before that, and I had to go home and just go through the house. I had to pick up a check, right? And I just said, as long as before December, fine, right? Which, that's why I got that load, 16th. Okay. So the way this works, for those who don't know, since it wasn't my home time or anything, a direct route, or directly, as direct as possible, is the priority. So, if you want to swing to the house, you don't live in a really good, like, a main travel through area for, like, freight or whatever, you're going to have to detour, and it's going to cost you on your dime. So, I ended up having to add about 200, what was it? I think it was about 300 miles total on my own dime. So, about 70 gallons. 50 gallons. So about $200 pretty much. Not horrible, not great. But that was going over to Winchester, Virginia. So I-80. I took I-80 to 74, 76, one of those two. Down to Indianapolis, over to 68. So 70 all the way over to Morgantown area, and then I dropped down to 68, went that way. There's a couple ways I could have gone, but that way, least bullshit between combination of traffic and going up further north to drop down more, just more direct. A lot more climbing, but whatever. So, delivered that in the 20th. But when I delivered that, I only had 16 hours left of my 70. Well, I got a call from my contact, contact from the contracts. So my company technically doesn't dispatch me. All they do is approve the load for me and put it under me. When I say my contact, I mean for who I'm pulling freight for, which is a different company. So technically my company's not this company, even though I'm paying a lease and all that, and it's not lease purchase, it's renting a truck, paying for fuel. They're not in charge of my freight. Sort of are, but they're not. That's a whole separate company. Well, that's only because rates are shit. So I'm not getting paid top spot market rate for the range, but I'm getting like a middle ground in between the lows and highs. So whatever. Consistency right now is all I care about, especially since still in the old banana, as you can tell. I don't know. I don't have any more updates on that, but okay. So I deliver 16 hours up to my 70, and I get called up and I'm like, hey, we know you're low on hours. We got a truck broke down North Platte. We need to rescue a load. And okay, this is what confused me, because when you're told rescue a load, it usually means you're deadheading to grab it. Okay, you're deadheading to grab it. A swap would be a better term. You're not wanting me to deadhead. Because we should rescue low. I was like, wait, you want me to deadhead that far? Because I was like, that's, 1,200, well, about 12 miles directly. 1,100. And she was like, no. I was like, oh, it's okay. She would like me to go up to Lancaster, PA, grab a drive-in load, which is behind me right now. But that's 2 hours north of where I was. So it adds on extra 400 miles total. Because 2 hours up, 2 hours, it's like 300 and like 30 miles extra in total from going up and then coming back over. And then get it somewhere and reset. Because I'm gonna end up dropping this load, because the driving load can sit for however long. There's nothing important on it. And grab the other load, it's a reefer load, turn around and burn with that one, and deliver it on Tuesday. So either way, it was supposed to deliver the same day mine did, but now it's gonna be 7 days late because they're closed Monday. It's 26, so they're gonna be delivered on 27. That place is alright in Winchester. It's overnight parking, so works for me. I said sure. I said okay, but I will need to reset. I'll probably, I was talking about when I started. I was like, I'll probably pick it up, run it another full day, and reset. And it was going to be somewhere where I'm currently, and I was shooting for Walcott. Technically, I had to work some magic, because Chicago fucking last night took over an hour to go like 15 miles. I averaged 5 miles an hour from Gary to Hammond, for those who are familiar with the area, and that was not all of it. What was bullshit was I hit that area at 5 o'clock. Fuck me, right? So Iowa 80. Let me just say, up to this point, I have never been parked, got caught in a storm more than a dusting. So I've never woken up to drifts around my truck, never woken up to, whiteout conditions or sitting under a blizzard or any of that, right? Never. Well, I know, weird, considering where I run. Weird. How that's part of my planning. If I know I'm heading into a storm, that's also why I always drive hard. I either will sit an hour or two, let it blow more into me, I'm trying to get behind it, or catch the tail of it, or I will start an hour or two earlier and try to catch the edge of it. So usually that works out pretty well. Like I'm usually driving through the storm, which also means I'm not in it long. I'm not sitting under it. But now, that whole blizzard warning area, the anywhere from 3 to 15 inches of snow, depending on where you are in the country. The -20 to -40 with wind chills. Well, technically in my states, and from -30 to -60. And we talked about my states. I always did the Chicago area. It's like, you don't realize Chicago is not even the coldest one in this whole fucking cold front, right? My state has that beat. Half of my state has that beat. Yeah, the whole Wyoming's up. Now you know. That's why I put on and laugh at a lot of the country considers cold. Because it is pretty warm. But now, it's Thursday. This was the snow till like 2 or 3 p.m. Luckily, the truck idles up. Man, I have 100 gallons. I'm not foreseeing the road getting closed. It's possible, but if I need to, I'll go across the street, get fuel, come back. Just means this week it's gonna suck. Okay. Depending on what happens tomorrow with the roads, if I I'll have 2 loads if I'm able to drop this. If I drop the Saturday, I only have 1 load for this week. So either way, though, I'm going to be spending more fuel than should have been for this this week, on top of the 1 gallon an hour item. So that part kind of sucks. And The wind's not quite here yet. It's here, but it's still coming behind the storm. Like, it's still following it up. Like, all the temps are coming behind it. Let's see. You guys want to see what it looks like out here? Alright, let's see. So, I don't know if it's going to pick up very well, but let's see. There's interstate over there. You see still the trucks and stuff. Oh. Actually, that's not the interstate. That's the road for Iowa 80. So there's Iowa 80. Which I might do a video on that. Maybe. But like, not a lot of snow yet, but it's fucking cold outside. Oh, shit. Where's it at? There it is. It is definitely cold outside. My nose, my throat, and my fucking lungs were on fire. Just going outside and spending the 2 minutes walk there and back because I'm doing laundry. Yeah, I planned this out great. I knew last week I need, like, my next reset I need to do laundry. I was gonna do my bedding and all my clothes. And I was like, oh, I hate it, cool. I knew it was gonna be sitting here for a storm. It's just been a while since I've been in this cold. It's a bit of a shock when I used to. See how nose is warming up? It's getting its color back. Yeah. Now, I don't know Iowa very well when it comes to winter. It's like I've only been to Iowa maybe 15 times, and I don't think I've ever gotten snowed on in this state. I know this state also has a lot of big hills, a lot of roller coaster hills. You know, this is literally the fucking state. That's what the state is. No mountains, there's giant hills, and there's a lot of rolling hills. That's why you see the pile-ups in the state. Because big hill, downhill, little dip, big hill. So you got people coming down the hill, sliding into each other, right? I actually busted out my big coat, my big old ski coat. That coat's warm enough where inside the building, just normal stuff, putting the laundry into the machine, I was starting to sweat, so I had to take it off just to put the laundry in the machine. It is warm. It's very, very filthy. It's not easy to clean because it's the material that they use on the outside. It grabs dirt and grime and holds it, so it looks stained, and it is stained. I washed that. It rarely gets worn, so I washed it like last summer. This is the first time I've worn it in like 2 years. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. My reset gets up Friday morning. Like all day today. I don't know. I'm not worried about anything. Okay, it's anything with the guys who are worried about me with the truck and all that, with the negative 20 to 40, depending, with the gusts and all that. I'm not worried about this truck having issues. It's got winter fuel in it. It's running. It's high idles already, so there's that. It's not hitting me directly on either, so that's helping too, keeping the engine somewhat warm. Now, I did wake up cold last night and I had to change modes on it because I had it on feet, head, and defrost, which means the engine was starting to get cold into a few hours of that. It was down to 100, which is, anybody who knows that it's like, engine is cold. It's 100 degrees is what that is. And for example, in the winter, that's pretty much what you want to start, when you let the engine warm up to, that's the bare minimum you want to start rolling the truck with. Just so you don't put unnecessary stress on it and stuff. This guy's wiper blade's broke. He's going inside to buy a new pair. And showered. Yeah. Oh, there was a Conestoga part next to me. Exactly why you never fucking set your trailer brakes. Never. Even if you're just getting fuel, technically you shouldn't set, well, okay, I don't know why I said technically, but technically you shouldn't have set them in a dock. However, it's good practice for a dock because it keeps the airbags fully inflated, so it helps not have a big drop when they're coming in. So it keeps it more level, more flat, more raised, and all that. They'll still come in and still drop the trailer, meaning they'll come in and trailer drop, but it won't have as high of a drop. It's not full flex. Problem is though, if you get in the habit of always pulling the red, or pulling the yellow, I mean, and not holding the red in, not preventing it popping out, you eventually, that dude is hauling ass through this fucking lot. Wow. Okay. You'll eventually run into possibility of your trailer brake seizing. And when I say seize, they freeze. Yes, that is an actual thing. It will not happen on disc brakes. If you got disc brakes, you're fine. I still would not get in the habit of ever popping the trailer brake, except for maybe really docking. That's it. Even in summer, don't get in the habit of it. It's hard to brake. But when you got drums, and how drum brakes are, it's okay. For those who are most used to this, here's a rotor, right? Disc brakes. I grab the disc. Drums push out against, that's how they work. It's also when your drums are set, they're pressed out against and hold. So when you pop your trailer brake, especially below freezing, it could technically happen even if it's above freezing, but more so below freezing. Like, what's the truck saying? Truck's saying it's 10 degrees outside. It's full of shit. It's colder than that. That wind, it is definitely like -10 right now. Your airlines and your brakes will freeze. It's either airlines will freeze, meaning the air, because it's like a moving air. When you have the trailer pushed in, so I mean they're released, out it's set, because you set, hold, right, grab, and release. So when they're released, that air is moving constantly. It's moving. It's going into the trailer and back out the trailer. But when they're set, the trailer's holding the air. So wherever that air is in the airlines, wherever the air is in the tanks, it's not going anywhere until you push the valve again. That also means that air will solidify, or it can get moisture, it will freeze, become a strip of ice. And the same thing applies to the drums. They can stick if they're not allowed to give them time to cool, or same thing with tires. Tires stick to the ground too. But they can stick if they're not given time to cool. Or the air in the air, or air in the lines freeze. They'll stick and not release, meaning pull back. But as I watched the Conestoga, which he parked those inside. I don't know if he said to show the bricks. I don't know. I would assume so. I would, because I guarantee you right now, I would also fucking roll. He pulled out. At least he wasn't looking. But I noticed his whole front axle on the trailer wasn't spinning. Now, luckily, it was on snow, so it's not as hard on the tires because it's blending against snow than if it was gravel or asphalt or whatever, right? But on the back half, one wheel was spinning, and the other one on the outside wasn't. So there was 3 wheels, 3 tandems, 3 duals, whatever you want to call them, are locked up. Only one spinning. I honked my city horn as he was turning out, and he didn't do anything. So I honked my horn at him once, and he stopped. I went up to him and said, "Hey, yes, we'll lock out wheels." He was like, "Yeah, I know. I see him in the mirror. All right, I see him." He looked at him when he was turning out. I just didn't know. I want to make sure he was aware. But I told him, "Hey, you just gotta go under and tap them loose and set your trailer brakes." Almost watched a guy fucking eat it running and tries to quickly stop, and then his foot went whoop. But it caught himself. Yeah, so not this whole weekend, whole Christmas. Yeah, I never know what's gonna happen. I'd like to be in Virginia for Christmas. Sounds weird to say, but because if I'm able to get to that Nebraska load tomorrow, it's 560 miles away, so 8 hours at 70. I don't fucking know how the roads are gonna be. But if it's 50, if I'm only able to do 50, and it's 10 hours, if it's 45, 40 is 11 hours, depending on what the fuck. I have a possibility I may sleep where that truck is. But then it's only a day and a half away, so Saturday, Sunday, delivers Tuesday. So I have some flexibility if I need to wait here a day or two. Well, really a day. At 2 days would kind of be pushing it, because if I wait 2 days, it's Sunday, and then it'd be pushing it, because Sunday night, I still got to drive back 1,100 miles. Now, what's going to be nice about picking up that load is no deadhead, so it's over a $2 mile run. When I picked it up, it was like $220 for when I picked up my 100 miles deadhead included, and that brought me down to what did it bring me down to? Like $1.95 or some shit like that. 205 maybe. I had to pull up my notebook and look, because I write all this stuff down. So no deadhead, getting the full mileage. That's gonna help. Also hope I'm out of the truck soon enough, because that'll help too. But I'm starting to get my cash reserve built up slowly now. Just the first 2 months in this truck was a little slow, plus a lot of up and downs. Plus the fuel went up there was hot. Fuel jumped up my area that I ran quite a bit and stayed like that for about 3 weeks. So I was paying. I only had like 2 really cheap areas. And they were both in Oregon. Everywhere else is fucking, national average or higher with like a 30-cent discount. So I mean, it was laughable. Now my whole area is $4, with a lot of them are like, let's see, you got like a $3.50, $3.20, $3.10. I just filled up yesterday, I think for $3.58, and I was in Hubbard, I believe, Hubbard, Ohio. That's where I slept too. I went to bed really, really late, leaving Virginia to go to Lancaster. I went to bed like 2:30 in the morning. I felt. Part is why I went to Chicago so fucking late. Because I got up. When did I get up? I got up like 10:30. I got fuel there and then hit the road. And just shitty timing is all that was. Shitty timing. So toll prices suck. I mean, I pay them either way. But having to stop and pay them kind of blows. I don't repeat past this truck. Technically, I'm paying for it. Just got a text from somebody. I don't even know who the fuck it is. But the company has no more pre-passes. So they don't know what they're getting in the end, and I've been way stations and the tolls suck because I just can't skip them. Whatever. Fucking 24 minutes. I swear. Anytime I try to do a short video, it never fails. But anyways, you guys can save it. Catch you next time. Bye.